It's crazy how, as of today, the mainstream media keeps pushing the narrative that Tyler Robinson, Charlie Kirk's assassin, is a conservative, is some kind of far-right guy that was one of Charlie's own camp. But there are so many ways to debunk that narrative, and I have dedicated many videos, and there's still more evidence on the contrary and the absolute opposite. And we have this very interesting interview with one of Tyler Robinson's neighbors, in which let's say that he has interesting recollections if this is a conservative. Let's watch.
Were they holding hands?
Yeah, they were. So, yeah, they drove off in his car, the Dodge Challenger.
The time you saw them or this week?
It was about the time I saw them, so...
Okay, how long ago was that?
I would say about 2 weeks ago.
And so they look like they were a couple?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was dressed all in black?
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And you thought he was weird?
Yeah, I definitely, yeah.
What was weird?
When he is asked the question if they were weird, and his kind of smiles. Oh yeah, they were an odd couple, a really weird couple. If you know what I mean.
I definitely, yeah.
What was weird about him?
Just the way he walked and just the way I've seen him. I've never seen really anybody dressed all in black with a mask on, and I thought that was just quite weird.
For those who've never seen the roommate, describe that person for us.
He did have freckles on his face.
Effectively, and the videos that we have seen, and I showed you some videos and clips and past analysis. Yeah, the guy has freckles. It's the Twigs. That's his last name. One who changed his online persona from Lance to Luna has freckles.
For the haircut, he did have. It was a weird haircut. I can't quite. It was kind of a mushroom-shaped one. Yeah, he was. I would say he didn't come out much, but definitely a few other, like just a little bit at a time.
There's some published reports out there that this individual, the roommate, may have been transitioning. Did that correlate with what you saw?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so he was going to have an operation to be to turn into a woman.
Yeah, and I think he's getting ready for that.
Sorry, in what way do you think that?
I remember them talking about a doctor's appointment. It was about 2 weeks ago, I would say.
And they were kissing?
Yeah.
Do you know, where did you see them kissing?
Just coming out. I was riding with my bike, so I didn't see the whole thing, but yeah, I saw them.
And when did you hear them talking about a doctor's appointment?
I would say about the same time that they came out, so that one time, yeah.
Where were you standing for that?
I was just riding by here.
Okay.
So.
And you were able to hear snippets of their conversation?
Yeah. Yep.
Could you issue a...
Yeah, I have my doubts about that last part, precisely because I've told you many times that when you hear some kind of a statement of, let's say, affirmation of something that happened, you have to imagine how could that have happened. So he said that the boyfriend, girlfriend, I don't know how to... my head hurts at this point, was getting ready to transition, and which we know from the FBI and reports of independent journalists. And this guy says that he heard them talking about that. It's incredible. How close were you to them when they were having such a intimate conversation, or maybe they were bragging about that conversation? He was riding his bike and he went past just at the time that he was listening to it. So that part, I heard them talking about transitioning. Maybe I will take it with a grain of salt, even if it has already been said by other sources. Also, he was looking away, wetting his lips, pressing his lips. Maybe that is. I would take that one with a grain of salt. But the rest, they are holding hands or they are kissing, or he looks weird because it's dressed all in black, and well, that's something that you can see from far away in just an instant. So that checks out in all cases.
But you were sure that they were a couple, but you have only seen them together once?
Yeah. I mean, random guys don't hold hands and definitely don't kiss.
Yeah, that's something that is true. One thing is, okay, I was close enough to listen to the conversation, which is a bit odd. And yeah, all right, mate, if you say it. But you can tell if you see two men holding hands and kissing. Maybe if it's just a peck, you say, well, yeah, that's gay. So they're a couple, I guess, because friends don't do that. That's a completely different scenario. Again, this checks out with what we have heard from other sources.
So I would have tried to stop him if I knew it was him, like before. I definitely do not like the fact that he was living close to me. It was covered with police tape, a ton of police cars. We had a guy sitting up on the hill with a sniper and SWAT trucks, and definitely a few helicopters and a drone as well.
What was going through your mind when you stepped out?
I was like, what is going on? And I asked the police officer, I'm like, did a killing happen here? They're like, I can't tell you. And so I called my grandma, found out that the guy that shot Kirk lived right close to me. So for Charlie Kirk, I knew him over the years. Like, I didn't know him personally, but I've watched his videos before.
So again, this is very easy to disprove. That many things are, or to prove, in fact, is that if he's telling all this to the son, most likely the FBI would have already asked him, asked the neighbors, not only him, but all the other neighbors, if they saw anything strange. And most likely he must have told the FBI the details about that. I'm pretty sure the FBI would have asked, explain to us how come you were so close to them that you could hear that conversation. And maybe he's just repeating here to the son what he heard. Again, we are in this development, and the desperation of the mainstream, I would say mainstream media, legacy media, left-wing media is almost the same, because you know that pretty much all the media in the United States, which is mainstream, is a bit left-leaning, if not hard left. They are still trying to push the narrative. They're still trying to push that on platforms like Facebook. And about Facebook, I got some good news. I got some very good news that I saw this morning, thanks to Kyle Mann, which works at the Babylon Bee, a satire and parody website, very famous in America. And they shared this heartwarming message: 12 million Charlie Kirks created overnight. And Kyle says, in the 10 years of the Babylon Bee's existence, this is the most engagement we have ever had on a post. I am praying that this horrible act has woken people up on both the left and the right. You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good. And I just realized this was on Facebook, and it has more than 42,000 comments. And I said, wow, that is so great. Because, you know, so much misinformation, so much censorship of right-wing media and channels. My own previous Facebook channel was absolutely wiped out without any chance of appealing. So seeing this is like witnessing a, how would you say that, tide change. How would you say that? There's an expression for that. You know, a massive. It's not switch. It's another word for that. But there's this massive change that we are witnessing in real time, and it's so wonderful to see. It's wonderful to see that Charlie no longer being here is going to mean it's gonna multiply tenfold his message. I think that more people are finding out what Charlie stood up. I think I should do some research, especially about everything that Charlie said that has been taken out of context. I'm little by little, I've been saving, the original clips to add some clarity to all those statements, so people realize that no, we were talking about the moderate one, and there are plenty of us that are way more radical than Charlie. So they really don't know what they did. The poor them. I really pity all those people. They don't know what is the spirit that has just woken up, and the millions in there. So again, they can push their narrative all that they want. They can try to silence our voices. They can try to just muddy the waters. And you see that none of them that were laughing at us for stating the obvious, that ultimately, after the evidence was there, this had to do with transgender violence. None of them are apologizing. None of them are taking that back. And I'm pretty sure that they won't, because that is, I would say that is the code of honor that they live by. But no, they don't live by any code of honor. They don't stand by their own words. They only stand by the programming that, the left-wing media just inserts at any given time. And that is a bit sad. That is not how we roll here. But I would love to know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Bar Language Guy. Much love and bliss.